right. So today we are here with Pulses, also known as Knight to E5. How are you guys doing today?
You went way back.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yo, it's I were trying to get like a. I'm trying to acquire like a kind of Nardwuar persona. You know what I mean?
All right, well, off to a good start with that one then.
Yeah.
We'll watch be like, how the fuck you know that?
Oh no, I just hopped on the website. I did a bit of reading before we started because I didn't want to ask like all the boring questions, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But like if you're gonna be Nardwuar, you have to present them with gifts, and I don't know how we're gonna do that virtually.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
All good.
So,
Oh man,
you guys are from Dumfries, Virginia, and you guys just put out a new album last year, Speak It Into Existence. I don't know, what are you guys up to these days?
Just
Always working.
working on new stuff. Doing content,
No,
TM.
fair enough.
All that good stuff. But yeah.
right. But can I just like jump in here because I feel the need to like really just talk incessantly. You guys, so we are music geeks on this podcast. We listened to your record, and I don't know if you saw it actually made my fellow Alex here, my co-host. It made his number 2 of the year of 2020.
Yeah, I'm trying not to go. Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm just saying, like, he is a big fan, and you know what? For me, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. All right, I typically hate your style of music. I typically hate it, but let me tell you, you guys made me like it. Okay.
And that works.
Yeah, no, totally. Like what I want to ask you guys is, I mean, what are some of the influences you're drawing from? And you can maybe each go individually or as a group or whatever. But like, you seem to be adding extra ingredients into the kind of post-hardcore math rock kind of witch's brew, if you will. So like, what are some of these bands that you're drawing inspiration from?
Who want to start?
I'll do
You
it.
guys can.
All right.
Yeah.
So actually, we've been like kind of discussing that, Matt's been doing it on TikTok lately, where we're kind of going into each song and talking about like the influences for each song, because pretty much every song on the record, has a bass line, post-hardcore, mathy stuff, but each one kind of has its own little lane that it likes to go into. So he's been going through that. Those are really cool to check out, and we have a Spotify playlist for like all of it, but. I would say, like, generally, the one band that we have in common is Fall Troy, is like a huge influence on like the way we play, like when that goes towards Caleb playing guitar and doing vocals at the same time, like Thomas Eric does, and just their general punky rambunctiousness. We kind of do a lot. So that's like a base level Thursday, Silverstein, kind of things, and then we go from there, taking in like our roots in punk and hip hop and R&B and everything like that. It's just, whatever we want to bring to the table that we thought hasn't been brought to the table, or, things that we liked that other people did, kind of just blend it all.
A lot of songs, like when we're writing, start with, okay, how could we make a post-hardcore song that is also like a go-go song or a bounce song or whatever particular genre we're trying to like, infuse with it. So it really depends song to song, but yeah, we try to just take in a lot.
Yeah, each song kind of like it. When I was listening to Speak It Into Existence, each one would bring in sort of a different influence. Like, you got Exist Warp Breaks has that go-go influence you were talking about, and what was it? You got like those trap hi-hats and Louisiana Purchase, like all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah. We're just trying to keep it interesting, and bring in all the stuff that we like that's not like in our lane, kind of.
Yeah, and in that sense, it's kind of like, especially when we're bringing in like these influences that are like R&B, funk, and like hip hop. And I know at least in those 3 lanes specifically, Kevin and I, is like that's the music we grew up on. Post-hardcore was a later like love of ours, that we grew up in like in our teenage years kind of and whatnot, but like our first love in music was those three places. So that's also why we kind of bring those in a lot, because that's just what we grew up on, and that's what we've always loved.
So like, if you guys are saying hip hop, I don't know, like what rap are you guys listening to these days?
A bunch of different types. It's just like, some of the stuff that we grew up on, early 2000s and then like 90s. I know I listen to a lot of Outkast. That's always been a favorite of mine.
Right.
Kanye West has always been a huge favorite of Kevin and I's, especially. I know we finally got Matt into him.
Yeah. A lot of the hip hop I listen to, like at least a good 70-80% of it is like stuff that they were just like, listen to this.
You guys like old Kanye or new Kanye?
Yeah, Caleb, you just finished listening to Danny Brown, Triple X.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great album.
Yeah. Danny Brown's like discography is pretty killer, and I feel like he's like almost underrated in a way. Like he's rated correctly in like
critically
pop circles, like that know him. But I think as a like an artist on large, it's like from Triple X going forward, he really hasn't missed, and so it's just
Monopoly is one of my favorite songs that he's ever done. One of my favorite rap songs. I love that track.
The beat is so cold, and he like every bar is like a punchline.
Exactly.
I mean, of course, it's just like quote all the time. That last line that leaves you off to ponder. Stank pussy smelling like Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, I've never looked at a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos the same way since that line.
What was that other one? Like, bitch pussy smell like a penguin. Wouldn't hit that shit with my worst enemy's penis.
Man has a way with words and like describing these acts in a way you never consider.
Man, maybe for the next Pulses record, you guys should take some more like sexual inspiration from Danny Brown lyrics.
What did you say on Twitter the other day, Kevin? You wanted a grown and sexy song?
Yeah, we're gonna do a grown and sexy song.
Oh my god! Wow, I would. Okay, can I ask you guys a question? Do you guys like? Have you taken music lessons or anything? Like, you're obviously really accomplished technically. Are you guys like formally trained or anything?
That's a great question, because across the three of us, you're gonna get way different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So start with Matt, because we'll go top down.
I went to college for music, so I went to University of the Arts for 4 years and got a degree in composition.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I guess I'm the like theory nerd, like school one out of the band, I guess. But yeah, so that was a big like
cool
help with me, I guess.
But I got a question about that then, actually. For Matt. Like, so if you went to college for composition, did they give you like the no-nos and like the yeses of like writing a song at all? I know that's such like a weird question.
No, I mean, like, it's weird because like you always have like, and obviously no shade to people who like don't study like theory and stuff. Absolutely. Like, because there's tons of great songs that have been written by people that don't, but like you'd think like the general stereotype is like formal music training like kills your creativity and stuff, and they literally, like at my school at least, I know a lot of schools, they're like, you're gonna do classical and jazz and that's it, and you have to do certain things. And mine, they were just like, no, it's cool, like do whatever you want. Like you had to do certain things, but they were pretty like open with everything. And then I took like my senior year, I took like a songwriting class. It was just for that, because a lot of it was like instrumental writing and like jazz writing and stuff like that. But that class was specifically for like songs, and in that class alone, it's like I think I wrote like a folk song, a trap song, like pop song. Like I didn't write anything heavy for it, just because I didn't feel like anyone wanted to hear that. But I was like they let us do whatever we wanted, really. So
that's
cool.
So what about you?
That's
What
awesome.
about the other two?
I guess I would say I would be the second most. I took like guitar lessons when I first started playing guitar when I was like 10 years old or something. And then and I was just taking lessons for I think like 2 years or so.
Yeah.
But probably my most like formal training, quote unquote, because I was an orchestra kid. So I started playing in the orchestra actually the same year I started playing guitar. So it was in like 5th grade and I was like 10. And I played in the orchestra, in the school orchestra, all throughout until I graduated high school. So that was kind of where I got a lot of my like kind of disciplines in a way.
Yeah.
And because it's just like, yeah, we would go over theory on occasions, but you know, mostly you're just playing stuff, and that wasn't the focus. But I think it taught me a lot about like how to practice, how to play in a group, and things like that. That's definitely aided me in this band too.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And then I'm the dude over here that took like maybe 1 or 2 years of drum lessons, and the rest I learned by playing Rock Band. So yeah, Rock Band is like honestly the ultimate teacher for me. I probably have like really bad habits some places, but generally speaking, I do what I can, and I played that game for like pretty much ever since it came out, and I still play it like religiously, to the point that like a little known fact, like nobody really knows it, but I tracked Speaking Into Existence by reading Rock Band charts. So
wow,
yeah, it's just like it's easier for me to read and learn things visually because of playing that game for so much.
So like
it's made him like a master sight reader. Like he can just look
so
at
someone or you like charted Speaking Into Existence, like the whole album, all the drum parts into Rock Band, and then you played to it.
Yep.
Damn.
Wow.
That's cool.
We charted because like I've been charting customs, you know, for a little bit, and I was like, you know what? Let me try this. Let's see if this will work, and it works perfectly. You know, we don't have to put it in the game. We just like do it in Reaper and everything, and it just plays the track out. But yeah, works totally fine. And
that's actually that is so cool because like I found with me. If I'm writing a song or something, I'm kind of unconsciously visualizing it as a Guitar Hero chart, and I'm like, oh, this would be the red button here, and it's like if I wanted to put the sweep in or something, and I've never heard anyone else kind of articulate it that way. That's actually a really you're speaking my language. You're speaking my language into existence.
Right. That is awesome, though. Honestly, it's like I think a lot of people kind of undercut the true influence of those games as far as creating musicians. I mean, like people want to talk about it here and there, but it really teaches you a lot of like hand-eye coordination and like simple, you know, sight reading techniques and just keeping the beat and things like that. So it's just it really is a great tool, but you know, it kind of died.
And then not only that, but also just like parsing music too, because it's just like, of course, well, because both of us basically played it a lot, you know, as a kid, starting with like Guitar Hero 2, and then so yeah, definitely like taught me is just like, oh, there's multiple instruments, and these instruments are doing these individual parts, and this is how they fit together, and how to just like listen to music where it's just like, you know, like you were saying, you visualize the guitar chart when you're listening to, you know, a guitar part in a song, or you're visualizing the drum part. So
yeah, and it also exposes you to a lot of really good music that I don't know if I would have heard otherwise, right? So for example, Buckethead, I never would have heard of Buckethead if it were not for Jordan in Guitar Hero 2, right?
Classic.
Yeah.
Just speaking of that, I wouldn't be listening to anything with screaming in it if it wasn't for 6, All That Remains.
All That Remains, the second hardest song in the game.
Yeah, that was like an entry level, like that kind of got me into metalcore. Now that I think about it, it was like them and like Trivium and stuff like back then. And I don't know, that 6 riff is just awesome. Did you guys ever do like the what was it, like the 12-hour like Bladder of Steel challenge on Rock Band?
Oh, yep.
Oh,
Band
shit.
2, we did that. We did that.
Had to ask.
Good memories, honestly.
Yeah.
Never did that. One last Guitar Hero 2 comment, and then I guess we can move on from this subject. But I just thought, do you guys remember that really crappy song called "Yes We Can"? That was
Yo, shout out to the 4 Hero community. I was a part of them. Yeah,
Oh,
Yes We Can was a meme. And
I was listening to it. Yeah, I was listening to it the other day. Yes, sweet, and yeah. It's so annoying. I forgot how crappy. Why is that song in the game? I never got it.
There's got to be some barometer of low, and then like, you know, something's got to be at the bottom.
Like in the contract, like you have to put a horrible song so the rest of us sound better. Like,
Absolutely.
oh man. Anyway, okay, another question for you guys. Do you guys read the online reviews of your own releases, or do you try and avoid that?
Every single one of them.
It depends on which platform it is, though, too. But just like, especially if it's on something like Twitter, or, you know, if somebody like links us, or if we just happen upon it, we'll definitely read it. Sometimes we'll get a little curious. Like I know we have actually the three of us when we were sitting together one night like a couple months ago, we're just like, you know what, we're gonna look it up on Sputnik, I think, or is it?
Yeah.
We did Sputnik, and I think we did Rate Your Music too.
We're on
Yeah.
we're on both of those.
Yeah, we're both like religious Sputnikers and RYM. So.
Yeah. I wrote you guys like a really horrible review on the new album.
Oh,
Yeah. That one was me.
Yeah, there was some brutal shit on that.
Yeah, like I've known like Rate Your Music. They're pretty critical of like anything that's like scene core, really. So
Yeah.
you know, it's like if you're above 3.0 on Rate Your Music, you won. Like just it's okay.
Yeah. And we went into like reading those, being like, these are gonna suck if they're even there, and then they were. We were right. So.
I am looking you up as I speak right now on these websites. I'm trying to see what's on there. All right, here's a sound off from Sputnik on your latest record, which we're covering here on the Happy Fun Music Time podcast. It says "Stupid Fun was a real grower too," and then in brackets "tee hee." That is the most recent review of your record. And the user who wrote this was Symbolic in Time. What do you want to say to Symbolic in Time? I'm sure he's going to listen to it since he was such a fan.
Yeah. Shout out to him for being the one on there.
I enjoy the TV.
Yeah,
you guys got a 3.5 on Sputnik. That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Pretty good.
Good average.
I can't hate.
I feel like it went up since we looked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, after this podcast premieres, you're going to be like a 4.7.
Oh, there's so many people listening to this podcast.
Don't believe you.
Only people with like exquisite taste listen to us, and they're just gonna. We command anyone listening to this, go and Speak Into Existence by Pulses on SputnikMusic.com. Make an account if you don't have one. We're trying to initiate ourselves with this band, and we would really appreciate you doing that.
Facts.
Can I ask I have one more question, then I'll let Krusty get something in here. But why is there a period at the end of your band name? I need to know.
Oh, I could answer that actually. It's
Oh really? Oh
yeah. It's because of the band Let Live, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wow, nice. Okay.
I should just talk about Pulses for the rest of the episode. We don't really need it.
Like, do the podcast for us.
Yeah. No, that'd be good. All right. So been listening to Speaking Into Existence a bunch. I think I read somewhere. I did all this reading in like an hour, by the way, like before we even started.
Sweet.
That Kevin, you did a lot of the lyrics for these songs. Is that true?
Yes, that is.
All right. Like what? I don't know. What do you like to write about? What do you think about when you're writing? Like what inspires you, et cetera, et cetera.
What do I think about? Usually, it's like something that goes on in the day, and I'll like pen a couple of lines, maybe if they can come to me, just to get like, oh, this is how I felt at that moment, or whatever, and that stems a lot of the stuff. At least it like starts a lot of the stuff. Sometimes it's just like, oh, well, I want to write about like this specific event, or Caleb comes through and he's like, hey, I want this to be about this, and then I'm like, okay, let me think on it. But that's usually how ideas come. I like to write a lot of punchlines, so they kind of just come out of nowhere, really.
Oh
too.
yeah.
But that's most of the concepts. But I kind of like to write, if it's not like raps, but in post-hardcore form, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna listen to like a bunch of bands from this era if it sounds like that's what we're gonna influence musically. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll do that, but most of the time it's really just like punchline raps and like Mike Shinoda throwaways.
And we've literally like before like just had a song. We're like, all right, we don't know what this is gonna be about, and then Kevin just scrolls through his phone through all his notes of like 4-line phrases and everything, and then we've built whole songs out of that before. So
if it fits, it fits.
Yeah.
Here, let me go find one.
Yeah. Read us off
Find
something
one, and we're gonna
exclusive.
one of my notes. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Pick up, perk up, iced coffee, put the ice on me. Fixed up, hook sharp, fishing for a top catch, try me. We'll use that, maybe. I don't know. But that's 4 bars that I wrote one time. I don't know really what I was thinking about because I don't write down what I'm thinking about, but
Sounds like Danny Brown.
Yeah, that's true.
It has a Dizzy Rascal reference in it, so that's kind of
Oh man, that is very cool, very cool. Yeah, I'm actually scrolling through your Facebook right now too, and I'm looking at your about section, and it says our music is mentally post-hardcore, smoothed out on the emo tip with a pop feel appeal to it. Who wrote that?
That is actually a reworking of Belle Biv DeVoe's Poison promo tag.
If you go look up the album that Poison is from, it's on the front cover.
It's on the cover.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my, that's hilarious.
Nobody's ever actually asked that before, so
I was just curious. It was very poetic. I thought maybe it was one of your phone phrases or something.
No, everything we do is really just not self-referential, but referential something, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, and I think that tied into, for a while, like our bio on everything was New Jack post-hardcore. So I think that was where that came from. But then, yeah.
And then I do the Poison pill at the end of every show we do. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
nice.
How long did it take you guys to record the album anyway?
Way too long.
Record it? It
was a while.
A couple months.
Yeah.
We did most of it. Because it's like we self-recorded it. So I think there's part of it where I think we recorded Louisiana Purchase like January 2018.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
we did guitar. We did guitar for guitar and production for Louisiana Purchase, and guitar and some of the production for Excess Warp Breaks, and then we stopped for like 4 months.
So it's like most of it was recorded.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was in school then partially.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
So I was like stupid busy. I want to say that was my junior year, maybe senior. I don't know. One of those last 2 years, and it was hell. So I wasn't doing shit. But then I think we picked up recording again like by like May when I was done with the semester. So most of it was between May and August 2018.
Fair enough.
And it was kind of just like, building around schedules because at the time Matt was still living in West Virginia. Well, he still does right now. But yeah, he was living in West Virginia, so he would only come by like once a week, and then, the other guys were working. So that's why I kind of took, that span of like the whole summer.
When we were doing vocals, I was working like 3:45 to 9. That was like my shift because I was teaching at a school of rock in Ashburn, Virginia, and I'd drive to Virginia for work, and I'd get off at 9, drive to Dumfries, which is like a hour drive, and then we'd stay up until like 3 or 4 in the morning tracking vocals, and then I would stay over there and then drive to work the next day. So we did that straight for like 2 months, I think, like every Wednesday or something like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Because vocals take the longest. So.
Oh yeah. And you said you self-recorded it. I mean, do you have a basement studio or something like that?
Yeah, we kind of like built it up. It's a little bit more now, but that was like we kind of just decided to do it almost on the spot. So it's not like a well-fitted basement studio. More like it's just like we have a basement, and we were just like, okay, we're just gonna record right here.
It sounds really good. I thought it was professionally recorded. Yeah,
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Josh, the guy that mixes our records, he just takes DIs. So like guitars are super easy, bass is super easy, and then we just we were checking. You did drums through like your computer, Caleb, I guess, with like all the mics set up and everything. But then vocals, it was just like my like old MacBook and Logic and like a Focusrite and a SM7B, and that's what we did all of it with. So it was super like, and we had it on like a little like TV tray table.
Yeah, it was a TV tray table that was like broken, so it was slanted. At one point, you had the laptop on the bongos we used to record Is This Warp Breaks, which also had a Monopoly board box on top of it.
That's some local band
I'm
shit.
pretty sure. Yeah, when we recorded the is it the big one? Are the big ones congas? Is that I think.
Oh yeah.
When we did the congas, well, yeah, the laptop was on the bongos, but when we did the congas, we didn't have a stand for it, so we like put them like so that like the edges of them were being held up by something, and then like I don't know, it was really janky, but it worked. So
duct tape and elbow grease. Oh, okay. I was gonna ask, Matt.
Yeah.
You are, and I've been really creepy this whole episode. You're a big Enter Shikari fan.
I am a massive Enter Shikari fan.
What is your favorite Enter Shikari record?
Okay, if you asked me a year ago, I would have said A Flash Flood of Color, and I might still say that, but the new one's really, really good. Like,
I haven't actually heard that yet.
It's really good. It might have beaten it out for me. Like, it's that good, because Flash Flood of Color was my favorite, like, since I heard it the first time. But this one might beat it out a little bit.
Oh,
but they're like really close. So.
Mine,
but I like all of them.
I like Enter Shikari. Like they're a band I listen to sometimes. I listened to the first one like back in 2007 when it came out, when I was like 13 or whatever age I was back then. And then nowadays I was like, oh shit, like what happened to Enter Shikari like the last couple years? And Common Dreads really grew on me, and that like ended up becoming my favorite, even though a lot of people don't like that one.
Really good. Oh really? I love that one. That one's up there as well. Now it's probably like 4 out of my, I guess that's pretty low, but like I don't know, I like all of them really close together. But yeah, Common Dreads is great. I love that one. I know Kevin likes that one a lot too. But
yeah. It was pretty much, I threw on your guys's you guys did an interview with Good Noise, so then I was just playing 2K, and then I just threw that on to do my research.
Nice.
So it's all just fresh for me. That's why I'm making all these creepy references.
I vibe with that. It's like that's part of our whole shtick is, of course, like making references. So I'm glad you're on that same energy.
Yep.
What other facts did you come up with? Like I want to know what else you pulled out from this research.
Shit, I'm curious.
Fuck, I've like used a lot of my things. I was really like hyped on doing that Knight to E5 opening.
That one's impressive.
Yeah, honestly,
I didn't even know that was online anywhere. Like,
we literally haven't like heard that in fucking years, and then the only people that know about it at this point still are like the people from our local area that saw us as that like 5 years ago. We keep that shit under wraps because if you ever look it up on YouTube, we sound like shit.
Oh, is that on YouTube?
Oh, all right.
I'll
post the link to that once we upload the episode.
I'm gonna do some things. I gotta call Mr. Robot. Delete that shit.
I'm gonna go report it as copyright.
We'll have to just bleep every instance of that band name in this interview, so nobody.
Bleep it out.
Oh, I forgot what I wanted to
No, we're
ask.
just talking about Harry Potter.
I'd be down to do like a full like, Harry Potter like run through.
Here's a fun fact.
What?
I just watched that series for the first time in one weekend, like
Just
maybe a
all
year
8
and
movies.
a half ago.
All the films in one go?
Like not literally in a row, but like all in a weekend. Like
my
from
God.
like Friday to Monday, I think. I think I watched 2 movies a day.
Which one was your favorite?
Yeah, give
this
us
is
your
a
thoughts.
really important question.
Shit. It was either 3 or 4.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Azkaban's nice.
That's respectable.
Yeah, I'm partial to the first one.
That was cool. It's
I
just
think
like-
it's so charming.
Yeah.
I watched
that
that
was
like
fun.
a month ago, actually. Philosopher's Stone. It's you know what
Yeah.
the all the like CGI and shit in those movies, even though they're from like 01, 03, like it holds up really well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once you get to 4, it's like great, but everything before that is still decent.
Yeah.
But
I think the first one was like the only one that looked the most
Yeah.
dated, and of course it's the first one, and that was like 2001 or some shit. But yeah, like the
Yeah.
rest of them
Yeah.
definitely hold up, especially
All
coming
of
from somebody again that didn't grow up with it. So
didn't you watch them because you were just like up at 3 a.m. and the first one was on TV or something like that?
yeah, I couldn't go to sleep. It was like 6 a.m. actually. I stayed up all night, and I just popped on the TV and I was like, oh, USA is having a Harry Potter marathon. Sure.
But you guys are in the States, right? And we're in Canada. So is it for you guys? Is it sorcerer? Is it the sorcerer?
Yeah, it's Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh well, what is this blasphemy? It's got the law
podcast over. Damn.
Yeah.
Just hang up immediately.
Philosopher's Stone's definitely like the right one because that's what they say in England with it too, right? Isn't that it's British, so like that's right. But we gotta fuck it up.
Oh my god. How's COVID for you guys down there, by the way? Is that like a huge like I mean, obviously it's totally destroying the music industry, but I mean, what like how are you guys handling that? Are you like trading files back and forth or something? Like what's the deal with COVID and pulses?
Yeah, pretty much that. Just trading files.
Yeah, we write everything in Guitar Pro, so we just like pass Guitar Pro files around.
Yeah.
And people just add their parts and like tweak things. And then when we track, I mean, like the stuff we have tracked in the past year or so has been like all remote. Like, I tracked vocals and guitar here. Caleb and Kevin obviously live together, so they track all their stuff together. And then, well, Caleb, you actually did go over to David's to track some stuff, but
yeah. But yeah, outside of me going over to help him like track bass, everything else was completely remote. So everybody did their own parts.
Yeah, but there is new music being written.
Yes.
I mean, we can say.
Yeah, we can say it now.
Because I mean, I don't know. When do y'all?
He leaked it on Twitter earlier.
New album announcement?
Not an announcement.
No, you just got to keep posting big things coming like every month, and then you don't have to like say what it is. Yeah, that's how you do it. Oh, okay. I got a good question. Because you guys you've been playing for a while, and you guys have probably been through like all the like local band typical stuff, like starting off as a band, everything. What's I don't know, what's like the biggest like gaff you guys have made live?
Oh man!
On like one of your first shows, like something
film.
jokes.
We have one on film. We played the first record, Bouquet, in its entirety once, and Caleb broke a string during Big If True, and it's on film. And just like you switched guitars, and then that one was out of tune, and then you tried to tune it, and then you just gave up. It's just like
we the rest of the song.
That wasn't like a fuck up. That was just like it happens. But
that just happens.
Yeah, that happened on tour too, didn't it?
Yeah, it happened one time on tour. Yeah, like where I broke a string, but I was at a house show and we just kind of just went with the energy. Nobody noticed, at least that I can think of.
Yeah, you guys had a good time.
Yeah, honestly, we don't have too many. I can't think of any other like that are just like a total just like. This is fucked.
Yeah, most of our mistakes end up being just pretty anyway. So,
we had one show. I think it was the last show we played before COVID, where we all thought we were starting like a different song, and we like started and stopped like 3 times, and then we were like we all just turned and looked at each other like, what song are we playing? And like half the band said one thing, and half the band said the other thing, and then Caleb was like, all right, we're playing this one. But
honestly, it's like the reason why probably we can't think of examples because there's probably examples, but we're also very, I guess you could say, unprofessional sometimes with things in the sense of like in that case where we didn't know what song we were playing because most of the time we'll decide like a set kind of right before it and decide on the order that day because it's just like at this point, for a lot of these songs, especially at the time because we weren't necessarily playing a lot of the new Speak It songs.
Yeah.
Like we know what everybody knows and we have a solid, repertoire. So depending on the mood and depending on who we know we're playing with and for, we'll adjust our set list. So,
well, you know what?
We get to the show and decide.
Yeah. That is pretty professional compared to a lot of local bands. Like just even picking the set like an hour before you guys play. Like that's I gotta give you guys props to that. You got bands that they don't have their tuning pedals. They like to tune out loud before they play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What else?
Yep.
Any of that for sure.
There was one time, like at kind of like near the beginning of our tenure,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I tore down the drums on stage, and I didn't. It was like
It was before you knew.
early, like before anyone knew who the fuck we were. I want to say it was probably like within the first 5 shows. So,
fair.
like, I learned immediately. So
It's like we.
Did you get
like,
really
when we entered into it? It's like we weren't necessarily going to like local shows. We didn't know the whole etiquette, so it's just
yeah,
like
this is me and Kale's first band. So it's
You
like
learn,
we
you
have
learn.
nothing to grow on. You know, it's just like, oh, don't do that. Okay, you know.
Well,
live and learn.
I brought this story up like probably too many times on this podcast, but we have new guests, so it's fine every time. Alex and I used to play in a band like a little while back, and there was another band on our set, which I won't name, but they insisted, like, they were like second, and the guy insisted on playing his kit because it had like their logo on it or whatever, but like no one else could play it. So like he had to tear down, set up, and then tear down again.
Oh
Right.
man, you gotta either do like every band plays their own kit or every band plays one kit. You can't do, you know.
Yeah, but his had his logo on it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
basically the vibe of this certain band who we will not mention by name,
Yeah.
but yeah. Yeah. Do you guys ever book your own shows? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, pre and post COVID,
Yeah.
do you organize tours and yeah?
For the most
Well,
part,
it's
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of people, luckily so far, have come to us for like
Oh.
book us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, and what's like the longest tour you guys have done?
just 1 week, we've done one tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had another one planned for what was it? October
Yeah, this
I think
past October.
in 2020, but obviously it didn't happen. But that one was going to be like a few days longer, I think. But yeah, we haven't done a ton of touring.
One
But-
tour.
Yeah,
Well, I think that post COVID, it's going to be like the Roaring 20s 2.0. It's going to be
Yeah.
Well,
you know,
yeah.
people come into shows at a level we have not yet seen in our lifetime. So
Yeah.
that gives me some, minor hope.
yeah, definitely. And we've definitely like been talking with. I mean, obviously we're not planning anything because we don't know when things are going to happen. But like, we're the last tour we did was with Sales Ahead. We're definitely going to do another one with them.
Oh,
'cause
no way.
They're like the best people. Yeah, like we still talk in our tour group chat with
I'm
them
a fan
every
of that
single
band.
day. Oh, they're so good. They're the homies. But
I got
yeah, we
their-
talked to them, talked to some other bands, but
Nice. Well, if you guys ever come to Canada, I mean, we'll. I'm sure the two of us will be in attendance.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Silverstein. I went on a date once with the niece of the bass player of Silverstein. So you know what?
nice.
I can get you Silverstein. I can reignite that 2-year-old connection. And
There you go.
They're from our hometown,
Yeah.
Burlington.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they're from Burlington.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're great.
Oh, they're cool
Local
guys.
yeah, one of
Yeah.
my first loves, like within the genre, like literally, they're the reason probably why I'm in a post-hardcore band.
Yeah.
So it's just like always love them.
Yeah.
And
Which album got you into them? Was it Discovering the Waterfront?
That was
or...
mine.
yeah,
Yeah. No, it's a great album. I still listen to that one.
All killer,
yeah,
no
no,
filler.
it's always in rotation. Like I know Silverstein was the last show I went to. Like
Yeah.
they came through to Baltimore, and this was literally 2 days before the lockdown.
Well,
Oh.
we played a show like 4 days after that, and then that was it. Like
Yeah.
I was just looking at my calendar the other day, but yeah, because we played. I think our show was like literally the last day anything was
It
happening.
was.
It was like the 14th
We
or something
shouldn't
like
have
that.
done it, to be honest. With you.
Probably not.
Yeah.
We did.
That was just the
Yeah.
start. You didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, no one knew. But yeah, we saw like all three of us actually were at that Silverstein show like right before.
Oh, dope.
It was sick.
Okay, I gotta ask, and I know it's like a Pulse's interview, it's such like an irrelevant question, but like, how old is like the niece of the Silverstein bassist? Because I didn't think they were that old.
You know what? I didn't ask for ID, but no, she was like 24, 25.
Okay, fair,
maybe.
fair. I thought like they were all younger, but like maybe they were
They
like
getting old now.
yeah they
they're
were
pretty
my
old
age when I was like 13 or whatever.
Like I know, fucking Shane's birthday is like next month, and I know he's mentioned he's like,
turning
I'm turning 40.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. No, she was like, in her 20s or
Yeah, I'm just
something.
like Silverstein. They're like 30. Like,
Yeah.
Not
Most
anymore.
dudes can't be older than 35.
yeah, it just stops. Them, like,
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
did you guys ever worry about that? Like I actually worry about the fact that like rock music is a young person's game kind of, and do you ever feel like your time is like very limited, and COVID has really eaten into that small window for like kind of success or whatever?
Why are you
I think
trying to
about
hurt
it
me right now?
Yeah,
existential
Kevin's
crisis.
our resident
Oldie.
old guy.
Dad.
Yeah. But I mean, like sometimes I've definitely thought about it, but I think that we'll be all right. We've been trying to keep like the online presence up, so at least when we can come back, we have places to go, so we can like make up for it a little bit. But
Do you guys do like TikTok dances or anything on your TikTok?
I haven't done a TikTok dance yet, but
We might do the June bug challenge on TikTok. I hear that's pretty big right now.
I haven't
Nice.
seen that one.
Yeah, go look up the June bug challenge. Shout out to June bug.
Yeah. You know you made it when LeBron is out here doing it.
Yeah.
LeBron and the family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We like just started doing the TikTok stuff like right before the new year because we were just like, we haven't started doing this yet, and Kevin was like, I don't want to do it, and I was like, I'll do it.
Fair enough. It
I'll be a
scares me 'cause
Zoomer.
I'm old too.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, and sometimes you make something and you're like, this is really cringy, but this is what this platform wants.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. It's fair.
But-
TikTok's like the first app that's sort of like I feel like aged out of, like
Absolutely.
like sort of how Instagram sort of like aged out like boomers, Gen X kind of, and then like I'm a millennial, so that I feel like TikTok I have no place there, but I might check it out. You gotta have it if you're a band. Like I get that.
Yeah, it's been cool so far. Like we've definitely had people find us on there, and then like it's cool when like people we know that somehow like just I guess haven't seen us post about it. Like someone commented on it today and was just like, "Oh shit!" Like
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
didn't know you guys were on here. You just came across my For You page, and I was like, "Oh, all right." But yeah, it's been fun.
Nice.
Well, you guys just broke 200,000 streams on a Louisiana Purchase, eh?
Yeah.
So congrats on that one. Are you guys surprised it's your most popular song, or did you expect maybe when you were kind of making the album of this one's the single or whatever, right?
Honestly, yeah. Internally, we were all just like, "Dog, people are gonna hate this shit."
We knew it was going to be the single, but we were also like, we're like, yeah, this has to be the single because we like it, and it like represents kind of what we do. But it's also almost 5 minutes long. It's like heavily like bounce and hip hop influenced, and like
It's a fun song.
it's weird. Yeah, and we were just like, people are going to hate this, and then it came out and it was like completely the opposite, which was really cool and unexpected. Yeah,
Nice.
I don't know.
It was a good song, good music video.
Thanks.
Oh, one thing I want to ask you guys, I had for sure that I want to ask is, how did you guys get in touch with Mr. Bemis for his feature?
It's a simple and not as cool answer.
Oh, okay.
He did a Kickstarter to fund some of his, like, I guess, acoustic records that are coming out. Are they even out yet? Did they come out? I don't even
I
know.
think he put out
One of
some stuff.
Well, it was like funding multiple things, and one of
Yeah.
them was the perma record that came out.
Yeah.
So like we
right.
got one of them, but then there's supposed to be like a Bemis family record, and then there's supposed to be like a solo record. And
Isn't he supposed to also record self-titled acoustic?
He did. I think you had to buy that tier to get it though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
He
anyway,
did
That's
record
cool.
that.
What's a
It
big
was a
feature? I
tier
had to
option.
ask. That's awesome though.
so
But he's like since acknowledged. Like I tweeted it to him once, and I was just like, I don't know if you like heard the final product, but thanks for doing this. And he like retweeted it and was like, this one was fun, and I was like, cool. He knows. um,
Yeah, because it's just like he also like that was part of his requirement too. Was just like you give me the part, but I'm writing my own like vocal and everything, and I'm gonna do what I want with it, kind of. And then also he like came back with it, and we didn't expect him to kind of do that whole thing, nor did we expect him to kind of do like that like dual vocal kind of thing. So it was just like it came out a lot better than we even expected. So props to him for sure.
Oh yeah, he put.
We honestly thought like we gave him like a minute of the song, and we were like, he's probably gonna do like the first half of this, and then be like, all right, y'all, I'm not doing like a minute of your song. But then he did the whole thing and layered it, and everything was sick.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, he came through.
Yeah.
And what? You guys also had Joey Holiday from Anamoria. What?
Joey Lancaster.
I am sorry. I was thinking about Anamoria. But
No,
I know
yeah.
Joey Lancaster
He's also
too.
a sick
Yeah.
vocalist,
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
so I understand.
Yeah.
Are you guys like buddies with him, or how did that work out?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, that's awesome.
We met him when we opened for them, right?
Well, that was the second time. Well, you had met him just because you were just talking with him on Twitter. Because
that's right.
yeah, because I mean Kevin like is kind of chill with Zach Guerin.
Yeah.
So I think just through your kind of talking with Zach Guerin, Joey kind of just also slid in as y'all were talking.
Yeah, then we just kind of talked a lot on Twitter, and then Strawberry Girls and Belle, right? That was the first one, or
yeah,
Strawberry Girls and Belle came through, and we opened for them, and then we
For
met in
Strawberry
person,
Girls.
and we've been like super close ever since.
That's hype. Oh
yeah, and it was just cool because like I know even at that night, because he had that was the coolest thing for us because we were big fans of his and everything, and he like came to that show that night already knowing like some of our music, and we were just like, oh shit. And then he like told us by the end of the night, he was just like, yeah man, I'll like do a feature for y'all if y'all ever want to. And this
he's
was
a
like
great player.
Yeah, no, he's totally sick.
He
and then like this was in 2016 or something, so we
like
hit him up 2 years later. It was like, hey,
late cash in.
Yeah.
So that self-titled DGD, that is my favorite, and he's like a big part of that.
Oh, Zach, yeah.
Zach. Oh yeah, totally. Zach is
The one thing he did that kind of cheesed me, I got really angry, was he put a meme up which was his tier list of fast food joints, and he put fucking Popeyes at D, which that's ridiculous.
That man has
I don't even think Mary Brown's was on the list.
On shit.
Yeah,
He's got hot takes.
He's got some hot takes.
It was a spicy ass take.
Oh my god! I opened. By the way, I opened up. Is the Spotify playlist "Make a Scene" the one that you guys curated here?
So that's the curated one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm checking out some of the songs here. You guys, you like the Rina Sawayama album, eh? I like.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah, that's Kevin. That's Kevin's shit right there.
I thought that was a great album too. I'm happy to see it in this playlist.
Oh,
Kevin's been waiting to get asked about this.
Really? All right. So okay,
number one album of the year. Rina is just everything. Like, she's just super awesome. She's like around my age too. Like we're both like 30-ish. So it's just like to be late in age and then also like popping. It's just like I identify with that. But then it's just like I don't know. That album makes me feel like a bad bitch, and there's not any better feeling than that.
No, I mean I loved it too. Like XS, I loved that track. It's it's super catchy. Like the whole record, really great. I thought.
Yeah, it like honestly is weirdly parallel to Speak It Into Existence in that like every track kind of has its own little vibe, but it's all unmistakably her. So I'm like, yeah, that's what we kind of wanted to do on Speak It, and they came out the same day. So
no way!
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure they did. I remember looking that up one time. So I'm like,
it did because I remember you tweeted that, and I was like, oh yeah, because Shikari's record came out on the same day as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I was like, our record and both of our number ones for the year came out on the same day.
Yeah. That is cool. Did you ever hear? Did you ever hear the record "Oil of Every Pearl's Uninsides" by Sophie?
I have not, but I know who Sophie is.
Okay, I feel like you should go check that out immediately following this interview, because if you like the Rina album, you'll especially the song Pony Boy. Like, check it out.
I will type that into my Spotify
Yes,
right now.
It will. I think it's going to be your cup of tea.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now that I look at the album art, yep, I do remember this.
Okay. Cool. I'm also scrolling continually through your playlist here. You have Strawberry Girls, I see. Some Breaking Benjamin in here. Fall of Troy.
Got some deep.
Saturn.
I did put Breaking Benjamin on there.
Why did you include Breaking Benjamin? Let's just get that out of the way.
Ooh, here we go. Okay, so here's a take. Breaking Benjamin is doing everything that current post-hardcore, metalcore, popular bands are doing, except they did it in 2000.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Why do you think? What features do you post-hardcore do you think they were exhibiting back then that are now popular?
Intro riff that leads into like a subdued verse, then comes back into a huge big riff, and then ends with the title of the song in a one-off, then drop it into the intro riff again.
The chorus has got to be very anthemic and catchy, like really focused in on it, even if the verse is like screamy or like rough around the edges.
Then you gotta have an 8-bar breakdown with no actual screaming, or like 2 screamed lines in it.
Just a single.
Like, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to alienate the old fans too much, so you got to throw them a scream or two. But,
yeah.
But like,
you got to show.
Let's lay it out here. Let's lay it out here. Like, because you're not wrong, and you guys are the band, so like I'm not gonna make you like talk shit about other bands, but like you got like Architects. They've become like a Breaking Benjamin, like Bring Me the Horizon type band. Bring Me the Horizon, Asking Alexandria, like Parkway Drive. They all sort of have gone into more like new metal, like kind of Breaking Benjamin type stuff. Yeah. Octane Core. You've said it better than I ever could. That no, but like you're not wrong about that. But I totally interrupted you, Alex. Go on.
Oh, I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, I think I was going to make a snide comment about like Diary of Jane or something, which is the Breaking Benjamin song. I still remember. Which is you were describing the chorus, verse, bridge structure and everything. That's the one song I always come back to. I will listen. You know what? If you're going to listen to the Sophie track, I'm going to listen to Polyamorous by Breaking Benjamin following this podcast. That seems only fair. And then if we ever meet again, which I'm sure we will at some point, I'll come to your show or whatever. I will tell you how I felt about the song Polyamorous, and you can tell me how you felt about Sophie.
Well, we do discography review sometimes, Alex. We should just do the whole BB discog.
Yeah, let's do it.
Have a good cry at the end.
You're gonna do that, and you're gonna end up listening to the same album, however many albums they have.
But see that.
And the funny thing is, that's the whole point. He is like this dude, the singer, has said they intentionally write the same shit every time.
Oh, it's a machine.
So it's just like, I don't know if I can hate on that.
I don't. I love it.
It's like if you're gonna admit it, then go for it. Like, but if you're gonna just do it, then you're boring. But like,
that's why we admit like everything that we take from, because it's like, what's the point? I'm not gonna hide it. Yeah, I listened to that and I liked it and I put it in the song. So
yeah.
Do something about it.
They have catchy ass tunes. I have to make fun of it publicly so people think I'm cool. I can't give no credit to the listeners. Yeah.
And, like I'll say this to clear it up a little bit, blur the edges. I'm not hating on Octane Core. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
That Slaves record, I'm not talking shit about them, but that was a good record. I think they had some really catchy stuff.
Oh, sorry, the new Slaves?
That's not where I'm going,
Yeah. No, that's how I feel about a lot of it. It's like there's like 1 or 2 bands that are doing it that I think are cool, but they're usually doing something different with it. Like they're doing Octane Core, but like with a twist.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them, I'm just like, I'm good. It's like, I don't know.
What's the philosophy for you guys, though? Like, do you guys want to create kind of albums that are similar one after the other, or are you kind of consciously trying to make your albums evolve, or is it just naturally you just kind of do whatever? Like, do you guys think about that at all?
All of it, to be honest. Like, Speaking Into Existence was an expansion of Bouquet, kind of in the same way that like Meteora was an expansion of Hybrid Theory. So like it's not necessarily like, oh, I want to do exactly the same thing, but it's just like, we did something right, or at least we feel like we did on Bouquet. So we're like, okay, let's do that again, except better. And then now we're like, okay, we did that, so we want to do something else, and that's what the next like immediate thing that's coming out soon is. And then going forward, we're like, okay, so now we did something else. Now we kind of want to do whatever we just like feel like. It's like almost like a reset in a way. So it's like a bit of everything there.
Especially coming off of our last record being, we were a 5-piece band, so it was immediately after we finished recording that our screamer left the band. So even that already has kind of forced our mentality changing a little bit on what kind of styles we want to go for and what we're capable of doing, especially because Matt is taking over a lot of the screams that he did, and then I'm taking up doing the screams as well, so it's going to be the two of us. And and then of course both of us still playing guitar is going to just change up how we tackle writing the music. So it's going to be like a forced change while also being a conscious change.
Yeah. Not that it's going to be like unrecognizable or anything. Like the stuff we've written so far, it's like it sounds like us, but it's
right. It sounds to me like you guys want to refine your sound as you evolve. You're not totally reinventing it.
Well, this next one is like the closest thing to a reinvention, and we're definitely like making a lot of conscious changes and stuff. So it is different, but it's like it's not like we're like pulling like a Bring Me and going from like deathcore to like metalcore to like alt pop. So we're not going like that far. But.
To make a reference, I like to think of this next release as, even though I don't listen to them for shit, but Alice in Chains, like they did a lot of grunge shit, right? And then they released that one record or that one EP with No Excuses on it, and it was like acoustic shit. So it was like, it's still them, but it's not the same thing at all. And they want to just do it for a second, and then they went back and did, stuff that made more sense sonically to them. So that's what we're kind of doing.
And then part of our goal, of like, and this has been a goal of mine since like the inception of the band, and we're kind of just now getting to the point where we can kind of realize it. It's just like, as we've said, kind of, and then even on our individual songs on the records we already have, it's like we have so many different places we want to pull from, stylistically, and especially now that we've gotten into recording ourselves and everything like that, I'd want to start putting out songs or putting out projects where it's just like they have a certain theme, or I want to just break away and do something different just for the fun of it and just kind of expand horizons. And then that doesn't also mean, like he said, that we're abandoning the sound that we usually do, but just like purely doing passion projects, on the side as well.
Yeah. Just like an EP or so of like, this, we want to try this out. So here's like 5 songs or something of this sound or whatever,
But it keeps things fresh.
Yeah.
Just like doing whatever we want, honestly. Whatever we're feeling.
Yeah. Would you guys ever do the Kiss thing where you each put out a solo record?
Well, got a solo record coming.
I have 2 out right now. Don't listen to them. They have hits and misses. But and then I don't know. I like some of it, but some of it I'm like, I have a new one that I'm working on currently. And then like Caleb's, always working on stuff. We have some other projects that we're doing. Like I do like beats and stuff and remixes, and then Caleb and I have a thing we're working on with somebody else, and always working on other stuff. It's cool to collaborate with different people. So,
prolific.
Awesome.
Try to stay busy. But
don't drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been talking for like an hour. I don't want to hold you guys too much longer. Was there anything?
No, it's been a good time.
Yeah. Pleasure having you guys on. Anything you guys want to plug before we head out?
I was still gonna say it's just like I don't know when this will come out because it can kind of depend on, and we can just kind of mention it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'll probably be getting announced around a similar time to when this comes out, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say it.
right.
Kevin already kind of alluded to it on Twitter. Basically, yeah, we have a EP should be coming out hopefully next month. It's gonna be called Speak
Ooh.
Less.
Nice.
And yeah,
It's a companion to Speak It Into Existence. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away just in case it doesn't. Like just in case you guys put this out before we announce it. But
okay.
that's pretty big. I don't think we've said it maybe like once on an interview.
Oh,
before.
wow.
but we didn't really have a concrete date. Like it's just like now, like basically it's currently being mastered.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we have release
okay.
dates in mind, so it's a thing now.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
and just
Wow.
like another detail, kind of just allude to it's like yin and yang.
Yeah.
If the Speak Into Existence, it's like the upbeat, positive type shit. Speak Less is the angry, sad, emotional type shit. So it's definitely gonna be
It's gonna be darker.
different for us, but I think it's still cool.
That's awesome.
And it's kind of one of those like things we were talking about where we're like, we want to try this, so we're gonna do it, and then dial it back to closer to what we were doing, So yeah.
Well, that's cool. Thank you for giving us the scoop on that one. That's
Yeah.
that's actually a big deal.
We'll probably put this out sometime like next week. I don't know if that
Okay.
affects your announcement or whatever.
It's fine.
That's okay.
That's-
All right.
Yeah, even if it's not, if any, people listen to it and they hear it, that good for them.
That's the reward for actually listening to the podcast.
All the way through. Yeah.
Well, there's lots of people like me out there. They're gonna be listening to the Full Pulses podcast, and they're gonna get the whole scoop.
That's what we
Oh
want.
man, well, thank you for coming on. It was actually really, really good to talk to you guys, and
Yeah.
for sure, if you ever are in the Toronto, Ontario area, we will be there, and if not, maybe we'll do another interview at some point.
Oh yeah.
Would love to. Honestly, it's just like I appreciate y'all. These questions have been dope. So
Yeah.
honestly,
All right. Cool. All right.
No,
well,
thank you.
signing off, everybody. All right. Take care. Okay. I just ended the recording.